Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
You're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 521.
On 9 a.m. So Tesla has announced that the Tesla shareholder meeting will be held November 6th at Giga Texas in Austin.
Tesla is holding a lottery again to attend in person.
Okay, so the registration deadline is October 10th at midnight, with expected communication about whether or not you've been randomly picked to attend by the week of October 13th. That should give you time to get your tickets and your flights and all that stuff.
And Elon said this will be special. And take a look at the picture there. I wonder what they're going to be talking about.
A dancing robot, maybe? And Elon's pay for performance plan that we reported on last week will be up for a vote by shareholders. So Robin Denholm, chair of Tesla's board, called Elon a one-of-a-kind CEO, saying this: Tesla is not led by an ordinary CEO. It is led by a CEO who has proven his ability to create extraordinary growth and value several times over. Elon Musk is a once-in-a-generation visionary, and under his continued leadership, we have the potential to become the most valuable company in history. But this requires a one-of-a-kind compensation structure that both retains and incentivizes him to make our vision a reality. Our board's special committee designed a 2025 CEO Performance Award to retain, motivate, and incentivize Elon in a way that will be 100% aligned with Tesla shareholders. Building upon the successful framework of the 2018 CEO Performance Award, we have created a pay-for-performance compensation plan that will deliver tremendous value for shareholders. In other words, Elon will receive zero compensation unless and until shareholders realize substantial value. Elon only gets compensated if shareholders win, and win big.
And Elon responded with a heart emoji.
Now, I just want to talk to the Pope. You know, the Pope put out this message saying that Elon shouldn't be thinking about getting paid $1 trillion. I don't think maybe the Pope fully understood that this wasn't about like just writing paychecks to Elon. This is about kind of what he had to do last time. He had to create incredible value of the company in order to get stock in the company. And that's really the only reason he wants to get this $1 trillion pay package. It's not cash, it's stock. And he can't sell that stock for 7.5 years. So this is not a traditional, I want to buy a yacht kind of thing. I'm on a boat! This is something where he gets votes, and he just wants to retain voting control of Tesla. Not control, but like the ability to not be voted out or overridden for things like Optimus Robot.
Wait. You said the Pope. Is that like a magazine, like a finance magazine?
No, the new Pope of the Catholic Church.
The Pope?
The new American Pope.
The Pope of the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Doesn't like that Elon's going to be a trillionaire.
We'll
get to Elon's response in the tweets of the week.
We want to thank our good friends at SmartCharge America for sponsoring today's show.
Honestly, we've been wanting to promote the great work that the folks at SmartCharge America have been doing all across America for years, designing and installing EV charging solutions for both commercial and residential clients.
We've heard glowing reviews, but we wanted to actually work with them firsthand to see for ourselves.
And we weren't disappointed. SmartCharge America installed our Tesla Cybertruck power share system so that we can power our house with our Cybertruck.
And SmartCharge America took care of everything, from the design and permitting
to fantastically fast and efficient and friendly installation by a local licensed electrician. So if you are looking to install 1 to 100 EV chargers,
whether you're a homeowner or a business owner,
you owe it to yourself to get a free quote today from SmartCharge America.
Without sponsors like Joe Barletta at SmartCharge America, this show would not be possible. So please show your support to our sponsors.
And for a limited time, you will save 15% off your installation. Just use our link or tell them Zach and Jesse sent you. So according to Not a Tesla app, in the latest 2025.32.6 Tesla over-the-air software update, European Teslas will now be getting the child left alone detection feature. Tesla describes it as, quote, if an unattended child is detected, the vehicle will flash the exterior indicator lights, play an alert tone, and send a notification to your Tesla app. This will repeat at regular intervals until you return to your vehicle. Cabin data is processed locally and is not transmitted to Tesla. This feature is enabled by default, and if you want to disable it, you go to Controls, Safety, Child Left Alone Detection.
This was rolled out in the US a few months ago, and it's great to see that it is now spreading to more countries because, unfortunately, on average, just in the United States, an average of 38 children die every year due to heat stroke in unattended cars.
Again, something you're not going to hear about in legacy media. The cars are saving lives.
I've never heard anybody talk about this as a feature. It is a feature. Everyone is going to pretend that they aren't going to let their kid in a car, and I wouldn't. But parents get sleep deprived. They forget. This could be a feature that saves their life.
Not a Tesla app noticed another change coming to Teslas in the 2025.32 over-the-air software update. This one affects the FSD strike policy.
Okay, so right now, if a driver gets 5 strikes while driving an FSD, Tesla puts them in the doghouse for 7 days if they have a cabin camera.
Yeah, and you only get 3 strikes before you're out if you don't have a cabin camera.
And Tesla does this to make sure that you stay attentive because remember, FSD supervised is a driver assist feature. You are still the driver.
You were also forgiven 1 strike per week because, stuff happens.
Okay, so what's the change?
It appears that in the update, Tesla has cut the doghouse period in half from being locked out of FSD for 7 days, now down to 3.5 days, as long as there are no new strikes during that period.
We'll talk about this more on Patreon bonus stories today.
So Tesla outsold the next 4 best-selling EV brands combined in the US in August, according to Cox Automotive.
So you can see Tesla there, 55,000, and its next closest competition is Chevrolet at 12,000.
All right, time for some SpaceX news, and Robin posted, so is SpaceX actually getting a new drone ship?
Elon said water ship to transport spaceship from Starbase to Cape Canaveral. So it's not a catching ship.
It's a moving ship.
It's a moving ship.
The Royal Caribbean, the Star of the Seas cruise ship, one of the largest cruise ships in the world, has just outfitted their ship with a Starlink community gateway, which can deliver 10 gigabits of symmetrical throughput. What's symmetrical throughput?
Means downloads and uploads. So
10 gigabits per
10
second.
gigabits per second up and 10 gigabits per second down.
I'm going to go on a cruise just to play games. Now, remember that lawsuit that was filed against SpaceX in May of 2023 by these groups?
Oh, yeah. Kind of. I mean, didn't they claim that the FAA shouldn't have approved SpaceX's launch operations at Boca Chica because the operations would hurt local wildlife? Whatever happened with that?
It was dismissed by U.S. District Judge Carl J. Nichols with prejudice on Monday.
What does prejudice mean?
It means that the case is permanently closed and that the plaintiffs cannot refile the same lawsuit in the same court. So this ruling indicates that the court found the case lacks merit or has been fully resolved.
That's great news.
Yeah. And just a reminder, SpaceX goes to great lengths to take care of local wildlife at Starbase. They have the Sea Turtle Patrol Rescue Team. They have environmental mitigation measures with noise and light management and habitat monitoring. So they do care about the environment. It's just that these groups were basically political groups trying to shut down SpaceX. And Elon posted, preparing for the last launch of Starship version 2.
And SpaceX posted Starship moved to the pad at Starbase for pre-flight testing.
So it looks like we'll be looking at a launch in October.
Okay, and that'll be the last of Starship 2, and then we'll be getting into Starship 3 and maybe even 4.
Yeah. And Elon posted heat shield design and production is getting good. Look at that. It's like solid tile there. All right, it's time for sunspots. So SemiAnalysis posted, XAI now has 460 megawatts of natural gas turbines installed.
Why are we reporting about this on sunspots?
Good question. Elon responded with a winky emoji and then said, still small fry at 1 gigawatt. For serious power in the 100 gigawatt continuous range, which is about 1/5 of USA average power consumption, it probably needs to be solar battery powered. At 1 terawatt plus, solar battery is the only realistic option.
Nick posted 1 terawatt or you're not even trying.
And then Elon said 1 terawatt is a start. So again,
this is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning of what we need to power AI. And as we get into these bigger and bigger amounts, people are going to realize that we don't have enough natural gas generators. This was just a stopgap measure. You're going to have to go to solar and batteries. And if you want to get some solar and batteries on your house, talk to our friends at EnergyPal. They will help you go solar and battery for less. All right, it's time for our Patreon bonus stories.
We always have exclusive bonus videos for our lovely patrons over on our Patreon at patreon.com/nowyouknow.
And today is no exception, so please consider joining us for as little as $1 a month to get all our Patreon bonus stories. And don't forget to enter for a chance to win the Tesla Model Y front cooler. Grok will be drawing the winner soon. See you there. All right, we're back from our Patreon bonus stories. Time for the shout outs. Who do we got?
We've got Deborah Lee Bradley,
Abhishank Ranjan,
Bruce Norland,
Frank's Garage,
and Julian Zimmerly Griffith.
Thank you so much, guys. We can't do the show without you. All right, it's time for Elon's X's of the week. No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen says, right-wing attacks and plots make up a majority of political violence in the United States.
Elon said, as the saying goes, there are lies, there are some damn lies, and then there are statistics. These particular statistics are such a staggeringly massive lie that the creators of this BS should be sued into oblivion, publicly shamed, and given no credibility in the future whatsoever.
And then this graph showing right-wing political violence, and Elon said,
these charts are utter BS.
Financial Times posted the first U.S.-born leader of the Catholic Church singled out the Tesla chief as an example of the kind of wealth he said was undermining the value of human life, of the family, of the value of society. And Kyle Bass says, estimates of the total wealth of the Vatican approach $2 trillion, including all global assets and land. The Catholic Church owns 200 million acres of land across the world and enjoys tax exemptions almost everywhere. The church's endowment contains investments over $100 billion.
And Elon pulled up a quote from the Bible that he no doubt asked Grok to find. Why do you see the speck in your neighbor's eye, but don't notice the log in your own eye?
Elon said Grok 5 starts training in a few weeks. I now think XAI has a chance of reaching AGI with Grok 5. Never thought that before. Just a chance, but I thought the probability was 0% for all prior Grok releases, and now my neural net predicts about 10% probability and rising for Grok 5. Wolf says Elon believes Tesla's market cap could reach 25 to 30 trillion. That's 8 times Microsoft's current market cap. Do you believe him?
Elon said absurdly difficult, but not impossible.
This article came out saying I tested video chats on T-Mobile's cellular Starlink and it was pretty mind-blowing.
Elon said, cool. Starlink satellite direct-to-phone version 2 constellation will be much better. Medium resolution video.
Siddharth says, this one's for you, Elon. I am beyond thrilled to receive India's first Tesla. I've been waiting for this precious moment ever since I visited the Tesla Fremont factory in 2017. Dreams do come true.
And Elon said, congrats.
And look at the license plate.
And so just in case, I mean, this has not been widely reported, but we have a new market for Teslas.
Yes, we do. And no one's talking about it.
And it's a big one.
But did you see the license plate? That's Elon's birthday.
Oh.
Hodge Twin says, dude is just straight up lying to millions of people and knows it.
And Elon said Jimmy Kimmel is disgusting.
And then we get to see the chart showing what the ratings were for these 3 shows, including Kimmel's. And Elon said that dude was so unfunny, his humor could sober up drunken pirates. And of course, Jimmy Kimmel was canceled. Elon then posted this, which is exciting because we're getting one of them, or more than one of them. The new Roadster is something special beyond a car. So I know it's been a long time.
Beyond a car. What does that mean?
It's cars drive.
Spaceship. It's a spaceship.
Navigate to Mars. Tesla Australia and New Zealand posted FSD Supervised is now available in Australia and New Zealand.
And Elon said, try it out. That's exciting.
Elon said, we are literally painting macro hard on the roof of the Colossus 2 supercomputer cluster in Memphis, big enough so you can read it from space. And that was from a couple days ago.
Brent Mayo said, true.
And Elon said, we'll post drone shots when it's done. Eric Zhang from XAI says, why is pizza in the Bay Area such absolute trash? Like WTF, we nerds can cook up a recipe for a gajillion parameter model, no problemo, but can't figure out a mildly appetizing ratio for some flour, water, and cheese.
Elon said, wood-fired pizza oven coming to XAI.
Oh, so if $100 million signing bonus wasn't enough for you, good pizza is coming. Ali says, this stat made me laugh so hard. The median age for CNN's audience is currently 67 years old, making it the youngest among the major cable news networks.
And Elon posted the laughing emoji.
Peter Diamantis says the only time more exciting to be alive than today is tomorrow.
Elon said, better to live life erring on the side of being optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Be realistic, but as Monty Python would say, always look on the bright side of life. Come on.
Austin Vernon said, Boring Company is dangerously close to being able to provide every city dozens of miles of light rail and BRT type capacity with no public money, limited utilities interruption, and minimal new right-of-way, while offering passenger travel times that are a fraction of other transit.
Elon said, I love trains, but the future is individualized mass transit with autonomous electric vehicles taking you precisely to your destination. Tunnels are needed to address the fundamental choke points in cities. You can't have 3D buildings and expect a 2D transport system to be effective. Multiple layers of tunnels enable transport to be 3D too. The fastest way to travel long distances, city center to city center, short of new physics, is cars or pods in vacuum tunnels.
Oh. And then Elon responded to Sean McGuire, who said people don't understand how far along the Boring Company is. He said, exceptionally hard engineering problem. Also, this will be used to make Hyperloop a reality in the future. Remember, we used to talk about Hyperloop all the time.
We used to talk about Hyperloop. And Hyperloop doesn't make any sense without autonomous cars to get you there and to get you onto the tracks and to get you going. And it's great that he started the Boring Company when he did, because they made huge strides. Mm-hmm. And now they're going to be able to probably do some Hyperloop along with boring tunnel stuff.
Elon said X Money is working internally and will start extending to outside beta users soon.
What's X Money?
Wouldn't you like to know? Tesla Chan says Farm Agri actually uploaded images using Tesla's Optimus on its website. Can anyone confirm if this homepage is real?
And Elon said, fake.
All right, it's time for community mail time.
Community mail time.
What do we got today?
Walter spotted a Cybertruck full of drywall.
Nice.
Phillips Ranch, Panoma in California. He says, for anyone who doesn't believe that this is a real work truck.
Yeah, we know that. We've been using it as a real work truck.
It's time to play Tesla Guesser. Here's another angle. Okay, now this one's a little trickier. Tesla Guesser. I mean, we've been doing this for so long, and I've just been telling you where everything is. It's time for you guys to have to guess. It's a fun guessing
Oh, not
game.
me. Them.
It's like GeoGuessr.
Okay.
It's that you got to spot where the Tesla is in the world.
Okay. So you got to guess which country this Model Y is in.
Okay.
Can you give me a hint?
Well, here's another angle.
Okay.
Hint number 2 is that Raphael sent this in.
Raphael. Okay, that helps maybe.
Okay.
Any other hints?
Hint number 3 is that you could look at the hitch.
Oh, and I can tell it's a European plate.
And now let's unblur the plates. This one's kind of the easy
comment
mode.
below if you can get
This
it.
one's the easy mode, yeah.
And tell us whether you did it before the hints or after.
Okay, now this one's a little trickier.
Oh, another one. Okay.
My only hint is that it was sent in by Ramonette.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Good look. It's a tricky one.
that white truck on the left is probably going to help me a bit.
Yes. Okay, this
We have another one?
Yes, this next one came in from Michael.
Okay.
Okay. And we're not going to tell you where it is yet. We'll tell you at the end of the show. I would just say, though, if I had a Cybertruck and I wrapped it in yellow, I would call it the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster.
The effect of which is like having your brains smashed out with a slice of lemon, wrapped round a large gold brick.
Another one?
Another one.
This one is going to be all in picture form. All the hints are in picture form.
Okay.
I'm not going to blur the license plate because it's deceiving.
Oh,
So that's my only hint there.
wow. What are the chances someone's going to get all 4 of them?
I don't know. That'd be pretty impressive. This last one is the hardest. We're blurring the license plate here of the truck. The Cybertruck does not have a
All we get's
license
this one
plate
picture?
on it. Yes, I will. Here's the hint.
Okay.
The person who sent this in, his name is Mugasha.
That helps a little, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
We'll unblur the license plate. I have no idea if
So you're going to let us know at the end of the show?
Yes.
All right. What's the EV tip of the week?
Ken sent this one in. Really interesting. I had no idea about this. So essentially, let's say that you have a Tesla wall connector.
Okay.
And you live in a busy place.
Okay.
And you don't want random people coming in and plugging into your wall connector.
Right.
You can actually control access to your wall connector straight out of the box. I had no idea that this was possible. So what you do is in your Tesla app, you click in the top left of your screen where it says the name of your car.
Okay.
And if you have multiple cars, you can see a list of them, but you can also see your charger and you can control access to who can charge on it. So you can make it so it's basically open to anybody. You can make it so that it's only Tesla vehicles. You can make it that it is only authorized Tesla vehicles. So essentially you find the VIN of, let's say, your
buddy.
car, your buddy, your partner. You put all the VINs in. You can have up to 10 vehicles that are authorized.
That's
and
so cool.
only those cars will be able to charge at your charger.
Wow. I didn't know. Thank you, Ken.
Ken, that was fantastic because, yeah, I'm very rarely clicking on the top left of my screen.
There should be like a YouTuber that tells you this stuff. Thank you, Ken. That's awesome. All right. We got to the end of the show, and I guess you're now going to reveal where those 5 Teslas came from?
Yes.
All right.
So the first one was in Antwerp, Belgium.
Wouldn't have gotten it.
The next one was in Manduay City in Cebu, Philippines.
Wouldn't have gotten it.
Next one was Scottsdale, Arizona.
I wouldn't have gotten
That one was tricky. This one, pretty far away from most people. Cape Breton in Nova Scotia.
I wouldn't have gotten that one.
All right, our hardest one, Uganda.
I wouldn't have gotten that. I would have been 0 for 5.
That was really fun.
Be honest down below. Don't just put it in now.
So
Let us know if you got it.
when you guys are sending them in, I'm thinking of doing this. So if you can, when you're taking pictures,
Yes.
add any little hints
That's
that
fun.
might be kind of fun. So we'll see you guys again on Sunday. Now you know.